Good morning, rock and metal fans. Welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews. So today, and for a few days now, just been carrying on with the best songs of the year. So we're up to 2003. So we're getting there. So we're, not got long to go on here either. I've got 7 altogether, which ain't too bad. So we're into the 2000s, and the 2000s are pretty good actually. And there's a bit of a mix here as well, which is cool. It's always good to have a bit of a mixture of music. So we're going to go from 7 to 1, obviously. 7 being my least favourite of the best songs of the year. You should know that by now if you've been watching the channel. But so without further ado, number 7, we've got Dream Evil and The End from Evilized. So I liked Dream Evil, especially their earlier stuff, their first few albums. I thought they were really good. And they're pretty consistent now as well. But I think they had more catchy stuff on their first few albums, and I like The End because they slow it down a bit. It's a really catchy chorus, really melodic, and I'll tell you what, their production is really cool as well. Their guitars really like at the forefront of all their albums, which is brilliant. If you haven't heard of this band, similar to Firewind, that sort of thing. I actually prefer Firewind a little bit more, but Dream Evil are still pretty good as well. And this was an outstanding track on Evilized, which was full up with a lot of good songs. That's my number 7. My number 6, Cornerstone and Scream. So Cornerstone is a recent one for me. If you watch my last, there was, I think 2001 it might have been, or 2000, their album hit that one as well. Recently recommended this from one of the listeners, and I've been listening to all the Cornerstone stuff. Haven't had a lot of chance with it, but I've picked a few tracks which are my favourites at the moment. So Scream off of Once Upon Our Yesterday's album. Doogie White here hits some real heights, real Ronnie Dio heights we're talking about here. So this is classic rock, real classic rock, and a great track, Scream. It's the one I could see that was, at the moment, that's an outstanding track for me on this album. Could change because I'm new to Cornerstone, but still a really good track. That Scream is my number 6. My number 5, I just mentioned them a little while ago, Firewind and Brother's Keeper off of Burning Earth. This is their second album, I believe. Real catchy riff on this one. I love the riff on this one, and that's what stands out to me on this. It's weird, isn't it? Sometimes a riff gets you in a song, and that's what this one does from beginning to end. I love the way it glides through the whole song. Brilliant mid-pace sort of song, this one. And I think that's where Firewind are good. I prefer them and Dream Evil. I prefer it when they either go mid-paced or slow it down. I'm a bit of a fan of that sort of stuff. Not really of the power metal, speedy metal stuff. Not into that stuff. And that's my number 5, Firewind, Brother's Keeper. My number 4, Anthrax and Safe Home from We've Come For You All. Love this song. Absolutely love it. Really catchy. For Anthrax, it's probably a bit melodic, but they do get melodic sometimes. This is probably one of their most melodic songs. I remember the video had Keanu Reeves in it as well, which is quite cool. But brilliant. This is the John Bush era, of course. And this was a great album, actually. Really consistent. And this is easily my favourite song off of We've Come For You All. That's my number 4. My number 3, and Shinedown and 45. Shinedown, for me, do some outstanding songs on albums sometimes, and this is one of them. Really puts this real emotion in this song. The singer is a great singer. I've seen him live a few times with Alter Bridge at Download, and they really impressed me live. This is off the Leave a Whisper album, and 45 is an absolutely great track. Absolutely brilliant track from these guys. If you've not heard of Shinedown, they're probably a bit more melodic than... They've changed their music somewhat throughout the years. At this point, they were probably a bit heavier than they are now. But you know, if you like Alter Bridge, but probably a little bit more melodic, a bit softer than them, they're a good band, a really good band, really catchy stuff they come out with as well. So that's my number 3. My number 2, Masterplan, When Love Comes Close, from the debut album Masterplan. Now this is Jean Londet, a few guys from ex-Halloween getting together. Well, they're a proper band, obviously. They have been since the beginning, but he's done, I think Jean Londet's done 3 albums with him. This is the first one. He was on the debut album. This is the last track on the album, and the voice from Jean Londet on this one, he's real Coverdale coming on in this one. He's superb, so much soul in his voice. Absolutely love this. Starts with a little acoustic bit and then turns into a really brilliant ballad to close the album off. Absolutely love that track, Masterplan. So that's When Love Comes Close. Brilliant song. That's my number 2. And my number 1 goes to Iron Maiden and Passchendaele from Dance of Death. So I think over the years, Dance of Death was a huge part of my life. I really got into it when I see them on tour with this album. But I think if you actually look at it now, Dance of Death within the Iron Maiden discography and rankings, I think it's one of the weaker parts of the album, one of the weaker albums since Bruce has been back. But it's still a great album, because that's what Iron Maiden do. Their weak albums are some of the best, you know. So, but you know, there are some outstanding tracks also on this. But Passchendaele, I think it's head and shoulders above anything else on the album for me. Absolutely brilliant. Love it when they play it live. You know, full of passion. Lyrics are brilliant. I mean, it really puts you in, like Iron Maiden, like I always say, the picture they paint, the story they tell, really puts you in the middle of war, doesn't it? You know, some of the lyrics in this song are absolutely fantastic. That's my number 1, Iron Maiden, Passchendaele. So, thanks for listening. Please tell me if I've missed anything you think I should have included on 2003. If you agree with my picks. If you don't, let me know. That's cool. We've all got our own opinions. And I'll probably be doing 2004 tomorrow. Cheers. Thanks for listening. See you next time.